Yes. Clap for Halloween. Keep clapping. All right, here's our first comic. Mike O'Hagan.
Thank you. Great job, Matt. Another hand for Matt. Yeah. How's everybody doing tonight?
Good.
I'm Michael O'Hagan, and you know, definitely have a little bit of experience on stage. I know there's a couple CCM people here, and a few actors. Been on stage as an actor, and I can tell you, stand-up comedy is definitely a little different than acting. You know, you get on stage as an actor, and worst case scenario, you're going to get up there and they say, you know what? You suck as being Hamlet. Yeah, you can kind of deal with that. It kind of rolls off shoulders. You get up on stage as a stand-up comic, and it's like, you suck at being you. It's a little harder to swallow. But I like it. It's fun. You know, it's fun and it's neat. It's something selfish. It's just for me. I'm a single dad. I got 2 kids, a 6-year-old and an 8-year-old. My daughter's 6, my son's 8. And my brother was telling me the other day, he's like, you know what, Mike, you gotta do some stuff that's just for you. You know, you're always kind of like doing everything for the kids. I'm coaching, den leading, doing all this 50 million things. And I'm very involved. He's like, you gotta they gotta know that you're important too. And what Daddy likes to do is sometimes what you got to do. So I took him up on his advice, and I took him to an Asian massage parlor. And it's a little weird, but I think they liked it in the end. Kids are great, though. I love kids. My kids are funny. The other day, I was sitting there driving along, and my daughter Shannon pipes up from the back seat, and she says, "Hey, Dad, what are boogers made out of?" So I was like, well, you know, I guess there's like dust and dirt and crap that's out there out in the air, and then you have mucus in your nose, like this kind of slimy green stuff, and then so that stuff doesn't get in your body, it gets kind of trapped in the mucus and it rolls around, and that's kind of like what boogers are made out of. So my son goes, "That's gross, I'm never going to eat those again." That's my 8-year-old. My 6-year-old, my daughter says, "I'll still eat them." Very different personalities. Another time I'm driving with him, and my daughter pipes up and she goes, "Daddy, Brendan just said the S word to me." So I'm like, all right, special permission, Shannon. What's the S word Brendan said? You can tell me. She goes, "He said stupid." I'm like, well, it's not what I was thinking. That's not nice. And so Brendan goes, "Dad, that's only because Shannon said the SH word to me." So I'm thinking, jackpot. You know, I got him. It's like all right, special permission, just this once. What's the SH word Brendan said to you? "Shut up." And I'm like, you fucking guys. Kids are funny, though. My daughter loves dogs. Any animal lovers in the house? Yeah. Animal lovers? That's sick. I think you should make love exclusively to humans. That's what I do, but I'm not here to judge. Use protection. Funny though, you know, my daughter loves animals. She loves dogs, and she's always on me to get a dog. But, you know, I'm in the military. I work full time. I do side work. I'm very busy, and I just don't. My lifestyle doesn't lend to it. I can't have a dog right now. The dog, it's not going to work. So I'm trying to figure out how I could do this. You know, I want to make her happy, but I can't really do it. So I thought maybe I'll just go to a shelter and just get the oldest, shittiest dog I can find, and maybe won't last that long. In a few weeks, I could just, you know, hey, we tried dogs, guys. Remember how much we cried? I don't want to cry again. But you need a backup plan. That might not work. So I'm thinking, as a backup plan, I'm going to strike a deal with him. And I did. I said, all right, look, guys, look. Daddy's going to get you a goldfish, okay? If you can keep that goldfish alive for 1 year, I'll get you any kind of pet you want, whatever you want. So that seemed like a good plan, right? When I thought of it. Except now it's coming up on a year in November, and I'm starting to think, like, I might have to do something here, because I'm not going to get a friggin' platypus, you know? I'll get in there and feed a little expired food or something. I don't know. But, yeah, people love dogs. People are crazy about dogs, too. People are lazy. The other day I was leaving CCM, actually, and I saw a truck, and it was like, you know, doggy duty. They poop, we scoop. And I just thought, how the hell does that work? I mean, you just like call up and go, yeah, you just crapped right in the living room. It's a big one. We've sectioned off the area. How soon can you get here? Yeah, I wonder how that works out. But people are crazy. They're always trying to help their kids and always trying to do things for their kids, you know. A buddy of mine called the other day. He said, he goes, yeah, my son really, really wants to get a parrot for his birthday. And I feel like, you know, I'm thinking, should I get it for him? And I said, dude, look up parrots on Google. They live to be like friggin' 70 years old. Are you out of your mind? I said, get the kid a parrot from Toys R Us that eats batteries and shits nothing. You know? You get a parrot 70 years later, the novelty's worn off. Your kid might be dead by then. You're just cleaning up bird shit and your kid's long gone out of the house. You know? People don't want to listen to that. But, you know, it's funny. I think I'm in the military, like I said, just past 20 years this past February. So I got a little time. Thank you very much. I'm here to tell you young guys out there, young guys, don't believe the hype. Okay, I believe that shit. And they say, women love a man in uniform. Well, I'm here to let you know, friggin' Burger King has a uniform. Women love a man with money. So if you can make a uniform out of money, Batman might be able to help you out. Batgirl, by the way, Matt. I kind of noticed that, if you didn't notice. Batgirl, working with that. Yeah, make a uniform out of money, and if you have a big penis, that probably helps too. But the military is a strange place. We're always training, always doing a lot of training. Not too long ago, we're doing suicide prevention training. And I just couldn't help but wonder, as I'm sitting there in the classroom going through all this stuff, I thought, I wonder if somewhere on the other side of the world there's a bunch of guys like huddled in a cave doing suicide encouragement training. And they're like, you could fake another stick of dynamite underneath that vest. Come on, you know? You're not going to take it seriously. Go to K579, okay? Those jokers don't take it seriously. They're like, can I just get back to killing Americans? You know? But military strange, not too long ago, I saw, this is true, this is a military working dog strapped to the chest of this Special Forces commando, jumping out of the back of a C-130 aircraft, an airplane. And I just sat there, and probably like many of you, maybe at first, I thought, that is so friggin' cool. And then I thought, not for the dog. You know? Dog's probably, hey, things are good. It's a big door. You might want to get away from that door. Oh, yeah, it looks really high up. Well, and then they're out the door. Right? And you live and learn, you know. You learn after doing something like that. You think, you know, dogs don't wear diapers or pants, and that poor thing's probably peeing and crapping the whole way down. It doesn't know like we do. There's going to be a parachute. You're going to live. Hit the ground. It's going to be okay. So the next time around, you're like, you know what, Miller? Why don't you go out of the aircraft first with the dog? We'll go after you. So, but any internet daters out there? Internet daters? That sounds weird, doesn't it? That sounds like serial rapists or something. Internet daters, serial rapists. I think serial rapist is odd. I would never be a serial rapist. I would ask Captain Crunch. Frankenberry. Count Chocula, DWB. I'm down with the brown. I do that. But Match.com tips. I'm very, very lucky. I've been with an amazing person. My girlfriend's here tonight from Hong Kong for the past year. Give it up for my Hong Kong girlfriend. I say Hong Kong girlfriend. But very, very lucky, and it's been a great time, and we're together. But you know, dating's not for the weak of heart. Especially internet dating is a little rough. It's kind of a little bit like a vending machine out there. So I'm going to give these guys some tips. When you're out there on Match.com trying to figure this stuff out, I'm going to tell you some things to look out for. One, if you're out there and you just happen to see profile pictures that are scanned in, everybody today in 2012 has a digital camera. So if you're looking at a scanned in photo, that means somebody had to reach back like 5 to 7 years to find a picture suitable enough for you to maybe go out for. You might want to watch out for that. Another one, this is always a great one. I love this. You see these photos all the time. The double chin picture, you know, it's hiding the double chin. You know, that's always another one. The bookends picture, you know, you always see the girl sitting there and she's got her friends all snugged up against her and she's in the middle. She's just trying to hide whatever the heck's going on right here. It's another one to look out for. I think glasses in every picture, sunglasses in every picture. She never has her glasses off. Could be dealing with cross eyes, googly eyes. You know what's going on there. You watch out for that. Teeth. You know, you got to show some choppers. You got to show some teeth in your picture. It's a good idea, guys. Go. If you don't, you know, you have the no teeth smile. You don't know what's going on there. It could be chipped tooth. Could be some are teeth, some are here, some are there. You know. Gotta watch out for that. And guys too. Guys are funny that way. You know, guys. You always see every guy's got a $100,000 job. He's an elementary school gym teacher, but he's making $100 grand. It's a very special school, you know. And you know, I think guys too, when it comes to taking pictures, it's funny. We're always trying to hide weight and double chin stuff. And here's the idea too for guys, if you want. You know, I'm no Slim Jim, but if you sit there and it gets to be a picture time, you could always just get lower than the camera and then just stick your chin out. And say, I'll be ready for the picture and I'll lose the double chin. My brother Sean had a picture he put up on Facebook a little while back. And he was really like jacked in the picture, and he's not so jacked anymore. And so he puts up a thing and puts up the picture, and I said, you know, dude, wow, you were really in great shape back then. Now you kind of look like a little bit of a basketball head, you know. It's a shame. What happened to you? And he writes back, he's like, please, man, I was living at the gym then. Now I got kids, wife, and everything else. And I said, well, where do you live now? The Keebler Elf Treehouse? But he was actually on a reality show. Anybody see the show Help Me Howard? My brother was on that show, which is great. So we sent, email everything around. Hey, watch me, I'm going to be in Help Me Howard. So everybody tuned in. And of course, the next day, the jokes went flying, and people were like, I said, hey, man, I heard, the camera adds 10 pounds. You must have had like 4 cameras on it. Pictures are rough. You need a picture? I'll give you some advice. Don't be so quick to just hand your camera off to anybody. First of all, what I would do is just size the person up. Cameras are expensive. You don't want somebody running away with your camera, so size it up. Don't pick somebody they can't outrun you. Somebody that you're going to easily be able to catch. Like somebody a little overweight, fat guy, it's not a bad idea. Pick a fat guy to take a picture. Even better, somebody in a wheelchair. Get a low-angle shot. That's not a bad idea. Asian people are phenomenally good at taking pictures. If you get a fat guy in a wheelchair that's Asian, that's something worth putting over your mantle in the fireplace. Good stuff. I tell you, a while back, I was sitting there and I went down to a buddy of mine's bachelor party in Atlantic City. And I'll leave you guys off with this. And this is a true story. I see these 2 little old black ladies. This is around 7 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday, maybe a little later. And they're walking down the boardwalk, and they're in their full church gear, like head to toe with the church hats and everything, And the one lady's walking, and she's got a funnel cake. And she's sitting there eating the funnel cake, they're like 70-something years old and going around. And next thing you know, no kidding, this seagull just comes down and just takes the funnel cake and gets airborne with it, but doesn't quite get far enough away, and the funnel cake drops and lands right on top of her church hat. And just like a mob of seagulls were just attacking her church hat. And now the poor lady's going, oh Lord, help me, Lord. And next thing you know, the other lady, the friend sitting there with her purse, and she's trying to swat away. And I sat there, and here I am, like 20 years in the military. I could not move because it was just so funny. I was like 40 feet away. And finally, when I got the courage, I got over there, and like, what left could I do? I just picked up the purse. And I thought I probably really should have gave that back to her. Well, that's my time, everybody. Thank you so much for bringing that back up here.
All right, Mike, everybody. Mike, you work at CCM, correct?
Yes, I do.
I go to school there. Yeah. So does my mother. Do you know how embarrassing it is getting dropped off